Hey everybody, hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Today is Wednesday, um, December the 5th, I think it is. I think it's the 5th. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yes, December the 5th, or whatever day it is. Welcome to the Master the Craft YouTube channel for another edition, another rap session. Wanted to do something over the weekend, but I was in Chicago. Shout out to my brother Bobby Hutchins. He put together a very, very dope event. I can't wait to go back and see my family down there. Connected with a lot of people, connected with a lot of churches down there. So I'm very, very excited about going down there next year whenever he has another event in April, whenever. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. If you can and will, please leave a like under this video. This is going to be a two-part series today. I'm going to be uploading two videos because there are two topics I want to talk about, but I don't want to squeeze them all in one topic. The first topic is I want to talk about men and our emotions and just yeah, let's just talk about that. I'll probably squeeze a couple things in there, but let's just focus on that. Um, I come to tell you, to whomever it concerns, females are not the only ones with emotions. Females are not the only ones that can express themselves when they're feeling a certain way. Um, and this is why we have a problem in churches too. Because I'm in church and I know pretty much know what's going on, and I've talked to a lot of guys my age, and I've talked to a lot of older men about this as well. But our emotions and our feelings sometimes get lost because we're not supposed to show that we have emotions. We're not supposed to show that we care about anything. We're not supposed to show these things. Females have gotten so used to a man being all hard and stern and not caring about their feelings that they tend to uh, condemn a man for having feelings. Um, there is no chart, there is no graph that says, well, on this side, this is what women do, and on the other side, this is what men do. There is no separation. Emotions are emotions. God gave us emotions. He gave us anger. He gave us sadness. He gave us happiness. He gave us different emotions to express. He never said, "Well, this emotion is set aside for females, or this emotion is set aside for men." Um, Someone expressing themselves and expressing how they feel should never be labeled as, "Oh, this is what women do," or "this is what X, Y, and Z does." Um, Expressing and saying how you feel is just that. There is no label that should be attached to it, but oftentimes in this society we tend to attach that to it, and that's why you have a lot of men who walk around depressed and walk around feeling unwanted and unappreciated, because we can't seem to, besides God, we can't seem to find that outlet to express ourselves, because every time we express ourselves, we get looked at as gay, or we get looked at as emotional, or as someone who has female tendencies, which isn't good. So that's why we have these problems. We have these issues. Um, it's just very, very immature of us to think that only women have emotions. Yes, they're more emotional than we are. They're supposed to be, but we have stuff going on too. And when you grew up with the type, when you grew up the way I did, when you grew up not having a father around, when you grew up not really, your mother's at work, pretty much all day, you did like I didn't really have that outlet to express. Like I had miming, but at that time it wasn't like real prominent in my life at that point. At that point, I didn't really have anything. Couldn't talk to my friends about it because they were just going to laugh and not understand, because we all were young. So I wouldn't bring any of those issues to them because they wouldn't be able to help me in that area. At least I felt as though they wouldn't be able to help me. But I grew up not having a lot of outlets. I grew up with a family that I was kind of always the black sheep. I was kind of always the outcast because I did things totally different. I was very, very artistic. I stayed to myself. I was secluded. Um, that's how I spent my childhood. We have a tendency to prejudge people without knowing them, without knowing their backstory, without knowing their story, period. I didn't live a life that was, it was good. My mom did her best to make sure all of us had what we needed during Christmas time or whenever we needed clothes in our bag or food on the table. My mom made sure that we had that. But at the same time, um, like I didn't have a lot of things that you guys probably have. Didn't have an auntie I can call and get money from. I didn't have an auntie I could spend time with. I didn't have an uncle I can spend a lot of time with. I didn't have these things. I still don't. Even when I'm older now, I don't have a family member off the top of my head. I can be like, all right, I can call and rock out with them or call and borrow some money. I don't have that. Um, we don't know people's story. We don't know the road that people had to travel. Um, Someone that expresses via social media or expresses a lot, period, obviously doesn't have an outlet to express how they're feeling. So why not understand that? When I see people doing it, I immediately understand because it's how I grew up. Not having a bunch of friends, not having a supportive family, not having a family that supports your vision, that supports you wanting to do ministry full time or supports your miming or whatever. My mom supported my mom. She got me started, but didn't support me doing it full time and still does not. She'd rather me have a job, which is okay. It's my mom. All right. But it didn't have these things um, to access, didn't have these people to reach out to. Um, so sometimes, yes, it's going to come out in the public. It's going to come out on videos. It's going to come out in various on various platforms. It's going to come out while I'm preaching. It's going to come out while I'm testifying. It's going to come out then because that's my time to really express myself. Because you connect with these people, you connect with these friends, these girlfriends, or whatever, these bros or whoever comes along, and you aren't able to get a word in. You aren't able to express yourselves because everything is always about their feelings and their emotions. So you have to kind of put your stuff to the side and focus on theirs. And then when you do express yourself, it's like they don't understand or they get frustrated or they get annoyed. So then you have to revert back to what you normally do with internalizing everything and just praying to God, but still wanting that in someone in human form, still wanting to be able to talk to someone that's physically here. Um, God is God at the end of the day, and I take a lot of all my problems, not a lot of my problems, I take all my problems to Him. But at the same time, you still want that person, you still want that companion, you still want that friend that you can vent to, and them not look at you and say, "Well, oh yeah, you're a female. Oh yeah, you coming off a little gay or whatever." And we're gonna get into that on the next topic because this next topic is gonna be story time. But yeah, it's crazy. And then this whole judging, folk just for the life of me, I never understood this, but everybody that has had an assumption about me or has thought something about me has met me. These are people that have thought this, had assumptions from afar. Even when I went to Chicago, people that came to me say, "You were nothing like what we thought." You have to meet people. You have to sit down with them. You have to talk to them. You have to feel their energy and be around them in the trenches and in a nice, cool atmosphere where you can talk, you can bounce, not bounce ideas off each other, but just pick each other's brain. Folk never get to that point. They just go off what they hear, they go off what they see, which is not good. I wouldn't have the friends that I have today if I did that. I thank God for the four friends that I do have because if I had went off what I heard about them, I would not be their friends on today. We have to be very, very careful with prejudging people. We have to be very, very careful with that. Very, very, very careful. Things aren't always what it seems. What we see can deceive us, even though it's our eyes looking at it. What we see can deceive us. It's just the way it is. Things aren't always what it appears to be. That's why you have to talk to people. You have to meet people, form an opinion from that, not from somebody telling you something or from what you see or whatever. I've never well, I'm not going to say never, but I'm at the point right now where I can care less about how anybody feels about me, what anybody thinks about me, because at the end of the day, nobody's stopping these dates from coming in. Nobody's stopping my popularity. Nobody's stopping anything over here. Everything keeps moving. So folk can continue to have their judgments and can continue to think what they think or know what they think they know. But it doesn't stop nothing over here. So man, I just want to tell you guys, it's okay to have emotions. It's okay to cry. It's okay. Just don't let no female tell you that it's not okay to do that. It is okay. I do it all the time, and God honors that. God honors that, especially in worship. I am a crier. I'm not a shouter. I'm a crier. I sit and cry all day because I am emotion. God gave me emotions, and He gave me these emotions because of what I do. He called me to mine. So he gave me these emotions to come out in that, and it helps my ministry. My emotion that I have helps my ministry. The number one thing people love about my ministry is the passion and the emotion and what I put into it. That comes from emotion. So I'm not going to ever sit here and down myself or look down on myself because I have all these overwhelming emotions. I'm going to embrace them because God gave them to me for a reason. He gave me a big heart for a reason. So somebody's going to appreciate that. Somebody's going to honor that. And if folk don't, then I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, that's pretty much it on this topic. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.